Hey everyone, my name is Ashley and today we'll be going over the 4th grade lesson 28 worksheet starting with extra practice. We'll be either finding the sum or the difference. So let's start with number 1. We have 4 and 2/5 plus 3 and 1/5. 4 and 2/5 plus 3 and 1/5. Okay, so we see that they have a common denominator of 5, so we can bring that over. So we're just going to bring the 5 straight over. Next, we notice that since there is a common denominator, we could just add the numerator like normal. 2 plus 1 is 3. But we see here that we have a whole number in front. So we're just going to add 4 and 3 together. Put 7 in front. So your final fraction is 7 and 3/5. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 2. We have 3 and 2/4 plus 3 and 3/4. Okay, so again, we see that there's a common denominator, so we'll bring that over. And since we had a common denominator, we could add the numerators like normal. 2 plus 3 is 5. We see that there are whole numbers in front, so 3 plus 3 equals 6. We're going to add that 6 in front. Now we see here that 5 over 4, we can simplify that. So we're going to forget about the 6 for a second, just pretend that it's not there. And we're going to do 5 over 4 can become 1 and 1/4 because remember, this is multiplication and this is addition. So 4 times 1 equals 4 plus 1 equals 5, which gives us what we originally had. So we're going to do, I'll write it right up here, 6 plus 1 and 1/4. So we see that there are two whole numbers. So we're going to add 6 plus 1, which is 7, and add the 1/4 after it. So our final answer is 7 and 1/4. Okay, let's move on to review test prep. I'm going to be doing number 1. Joseph fed his dogs. Brewster got 2 and 1/4 cup of dry dog food, and Beatrice got 1 and 1/4 cups of dry dog food. How much dry dog food was used altogether? So right off the bat, we see that the word altogether is our keyword, which means addition. So we're going to add 2 and 1/4 plus 1 and 1/4. Okay, so this is it's pretty simple. Again, we have common denominator that we're going to bring over. Next, we're going to add the numerators like normal. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then we're going to add the whole numbers, 2 plus 1, which is 3. Again, you can simplify this fraction because we see 2/4 can be reduced to 1/2. Again, bring that 3 over. And your final answer is 3 and 1/2 cups. Do not forget the unit. That's super important. Okay, let's go on to check skills. Find the sum. Number 1, we have 2 over 8 plus 5 over 8. We have a common denominator of 8, so we'll bring that over. 2 plus 5 is 7. Our final answer is 7 over 8 because it cannot be simplified. Number 2, we have 2/3 plus 1/3. And we see that there is a common denominator of 3, so we'll bring that over. 2 plus 1 is 3. Again, anything over itself, like 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 5 over 5, these all equal 1 whole. So 3 over 3 equals 1 whole as well. So we'll put 1 here. Okay, let's take a look at number 11. We have 5 over 8 minus 2 over 8. So this is very simple. Again, you have a common denominator of 8. So we're just going to bring that over. Instead, this time we just have a minus sign instead of a plus. So 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 over 8 cannot be simplified, so we're going to put 3 over 8. Oops. Okay, let's move on to number 12. we have 3/4 minus 1/4. Okay, we have a common denominator of 4. We'll bring that over. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2/4 can be divided top and bottom by 2 to give you 1/2 as your final answer. Number 13, 5/5 minus 2/5. Now you might be tempted to turn this into one whole, but do not do that because it's going to be harder to subtract like this. So if you have a common denominator, just go along with that and carry it over. So we're going to do 5 in the denominator. 5 minus 2 is 3, and 3/5 cannot be simplified. So we're going to put 3/5. Number 21, Justin ate 1/2 of the pizza and Julie ate 1/3 of the pizza. How much of the pizza is left? So our first step would be to add the two, 1/2 plus 1/3. Here we do not have a common denominator, so we're going to try to use the common denominator of 6. Okay, we're going to multiply this top and bottom by 2, and this side top and bottom by 3 to get the common denominator of 6. So we get 3/6 and 2/6. So we're going to add those together, and we get 5/6. It's asking how much we have left over. So we're going to subtract that from one whole. And we get 1/6. So we put 1/6 left. Okay, let's go on to number 1 on standardized test prep, the last page. Allison read 1/4 of her book on Friday, 1/10 of her book on Saturday, and 1/2 of her book on Sunday. Which operations could you use to find what fraction of her book she has left to read? So just like the last problem, in order to find out how much she has left to read, we want to see how much she read already. It's giving us the days and the amounts separately. Friday this much, Saturday this much, and Sunday this much. So our goal is to add these all up and then subtract it from the total. So we're going to do addition and then subtraction. So we know that our answer is answer choice A. Okay, I'll put up the answer key so you guys can check your answers. All right, great job, guys.